Hi guys! So as you probably know, I've been cross-dressing ever since kindergarten basically, so my entire life. And as you may also know, if you're a cross-dresser that is, early childhood cross-dressing tends to entail some mishaps. As we try to forge our way forward and discover our identities, we are bound to commit mistakes. Obviously life is always about trial and error, and that is doubly true for cross-dressing, for your cross-dressing adventures. So back in those days, I didn't have any female clothes of my own, like I do right now. By the way, how do you like my gorgeous dress? I think it's just absolutely superb. Just strike a pose for you. Woo. Well, I didn't have clothes of my own back in those days, female clothes that is, so I made do with what I could, and that involved raiding my mom's pantyhose drawer now and then. There was a superb pair of French lace pantyhose there that I absolutely loved. It had some flowery patterns down near the ankles as well, and the gorgeous panty area, and I absolutely loved those nylons, and I wore them quite a bit. And every time I put them back, taking great care to fold them up just as they were, to avoid detection and the discovery of my cross-dressing activities. The story I'm about to tell you happened back in the days when I was absolutely certain that nobody else in the world, there wasn't a single other kid in the world to engage in similar activities like myself in cross-dressing. So yeah, the whole thing carried quite a bit of, I wouldn't say shame or guilt, but I was absolutely keen on not having the world know about my little secret. And yeah, that day I was home alone. My parents and my sister had just stepped out, and they were somewhere nearby, so they could basically walk in at a moment's notice, and I was aware of that fact. But, looking back now, it was a foolish idea. It was really a foolish idea to try on the vaunted tights and to don them and to admire myself in the mirror the way I did. Yeah, but you know what they say. That's pretty much justifies everything they're saying. Back then it seemed like a good idea, and that indeed it seemed. I donned the nylons and I was admiring myself in the mirror. Up until the point when I distinctly heard a noise just outside the entrance. My blood froze. And I'm not kidding. Even though I knew that it was a possibility, at that moment I felt like my life was over. I panicked. I had always been aware of the inherent risks of this activity, and then I always kind of sort of expected that I would be caught at one point or another. And back then I thought, yes, right in that moment in time, I thought, well, this is it. This is the day that I get caught red-handed cross-dressing. In my panic, I absolutely hurried to remove the nylons, and I couldn't control the movement my movements due to the haste, and I carelessly ripped them. I thought that the ground would open up and swallow me right there and then. The sense of regret and panic that came over me is difficult to describe looking back, and it is sort of funny looking back, because I did kind of make a big deal out of something that shouldn't have been that. Well, anyway, as nobody was coming through the door, still wearing the torn tights, I dashed to the door and I peered outside, and the neighbor was out in the driveway messing about with his dog. And I felt a little bit of relief seeing that, but sorry about that. Felt a bit of relief seeing that, but the regret that I felt afterwards and the questions that arose, they just absolutely overwhelmed me. I mean, not only have I ripped my favorite pair of tights, but my mom would discover, the damage. And what would I tell her? How would I explain it? And as it turned out, it had all been for naught, because nobody was actually coming through the door. So basically what I did was I got out of the pantyhose and I folded them back up just as they were, and I slipped them back into the drawer as they were torn, hoping, perhaps, I don't know what I was hoping for, I was perhaps irrationally out of cowardice. I was irrationality born out of cowardice. I was hoping that yeah, she maybe wouldn't notice, or maybe she would think that she herself had ripped them previously. So I never said a word about my misadventure with the tights to my mom or to anybody in the house, afraid to face the consequences of my actions, obviously. I was a coward. And nothing really came of it. Like, my mother did discover the damage, and she took my sister to task over it, thinking that she had caused it. Not even then did I say a single word. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I mean, like, my sister denied it, and she felt slighted, you know, having become the object of suspicion all of a sudden, while completely innocent. But the inexplicable damage was sort of kind of just let go, and yeah, I got off the hook with that one. So that one was a close call. One of the closest calls, I believe, in my early childhood cross-dressing experience. Now, have you guys ever had any kind of experience like that? And if so, please do feel free to share down in the comment section. Yeah, and if you like my channel, do hit that subscribe button. I always appreciate new subscribers, and I do love interacting with you guys. So if you do leave me a comment, I will try to answer it. I will reply, and most likely, and unless YouTube filters it out for some reason. So please do consider the language you use in the comments, because if you post something nasty, well, YouTube will do away with it, and I will never see it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. I hope you liked my video, and if you did, ring that bell down there in addition to subscribing, so you get notified every time I upload one of my videos. And if you like my dress, please do check out my other social media channels as well, where I will feature it in photos and shorter videos on TikTok, on Facebook, Flickr, you name it. Just run a search on Catch Queen and you will probably find me. Alright guys, see you around, hasta luego!